Hey there, welcome back to Hematitehomestead, and we are getting close to trying to make some maple sugar. Alright, I've been going at this for about 24 hours now, and I started off with around 38 gallons. So that 24 hours minus about 5 hours last night. The heavy winds came through again last night and blew my chimney pipe off of it, and it was all bent up, and I couldn't feel my fingers. It was so cold and it was dark, and I couldn't see to fix it about 2 o'clock in the morning. So I let the fire go out, and my ash bed was getting too high anyway, so this morning I scooped out the ashes, left me about half to get me a nice good fire going in there this morning. I got pretty good fire going in there. Pretty happy with it. And I'm putting my last 5 gallons out of my preheater in here. I got about roughly 10 gallons in here right now. I add this last 5 out here, and I'll put me 15 where I like to operate and range that in this thing. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop the preheater off there. I don't have anything else to put in it. Preheater did a lot better than I thought it was going to from my test runs. It was actually nice warm bath water temperature range, and that helped me not drop the temperature too much in the big pan when we put it in here. So I probably got the rest of the evening to get this down to about 2 to 3 gallons, where we'll take it off and finish it in a pot. And that's where we're at now. I haven't checked any of the taps today. We just now got above freezing mid-afternoon. I doubt that we get any sap to put in today, but we're going to go with this batch for now. I think we'll do a couple pints of syrup, and then the rest is going to go to sugar. First time I've ever done sugar. I've been watching a lot of videos about it and doing some research on it. And first time we're ever going to do it, we're going to do it right here on YouTube, and that's coming up next. I've got my sap out of the cooker. It came out last night. I spent about 36 hours roughly. I started off with 38 gallons, and I'm down to 2 or just under 2. Here's what we got. We're about right here on the bucket. That's roughly 2 gallons, I think. So first thing I need to do now is to filter this. I haven't filtered it yet at all. And how I'm going to do that, I got a coffee can, and I cut a hole in the bottom of it and cut a hole in the top. And this is a pre-filter, and this is I grabbed this on Amazon. Just stick it right down here in the coffee cup, coffee can, and put the lid back on it. Maybe. There we go. And then the filter comes out the bottom. And then I got me another 5-gallon bucket I'm going to put it in. And I cut a hole in top of it, and I'll set the coffee can right on top of here and run this through the filter. I'm going to do this probably 2 or 3 times. Preferably I would have done this last night when I took it out of the cooker while it was still hot. It was dark, and I was trying to rush really quick to get water in the cooker in place of the maple sap. And like we talked about before, you can't let your cooker burn up. As soon as you get that sap out of there, you got to get water in it right away. So I was kind of rushing around a little. It's nice and sweet right now. I'm at about 36 bricks right now, and we're shooting for 66.7 is the standard for maple syrup. I'm gonna get this on my propane outdoor stove over here, and we're going to get it down to 66.7, and I'm going to take 1 pint out of it that we will ceremoniously jar the first pint of maple syrup this year, and the rest of them we'll try to go all the way to sugar. Now, this is going very slow, a lot of sediment and stuff in it. Probably can't see that well on here, but so I'm gonna keep running this through the filter a couple times and get ready to put on the pot and cook it down some more. I'm guessing I started off with 38 gallons. The ratio is 40 to 1, so we're going to have less than a gallon when we get done here. I'm not sure exactly how much. We'll see when we get there. I'm very temperature dependent. I'm not experienced enough with this to do it without temperature, so we're going to go for 220 degrees, and then we'll start checking the bricks really close, taking on and off the heat as necessary. And then when we go to sugar, it's 262 degrees. And during this process, I'll be sure and be trying to make mental notes of what the stuff looks like at certain temperatures, so that, you know, in the future we can throw the thermometer away and do this like they did it in the old days. All right, I've got it in the pot on the cooker, and this is why you filter. See all that in there? It's a combination of sugar, sand, and dirt, and looks like I got a little bit of tree bark in there. One thing I forgot to mention was that you're supposed to pre-wet these, and I didn't do that. That's why it took me so long to do it. I filtered it 3 times. The third time it went straight through the filter. Not this filter, another clean filter. So I called it ready to go. It's a little more than I thought it was. This is a 12-quart stainless stock pot, and it's about 3/4 way full. So I think I got a little bit more than I thought it did. So if I'm right, we'll have to reduce this down by about half. And I'm going to keep an eye on it here today and see where we get. I got a good rolling boil going on this thing. Down here, see if you can see that. And we'll keep a close eye on the temperature. We're holding steady at about 215 right now. And my target's 220. I'm also watching the bricks. I haven't gained any bricks since I checked it about 10 minutes ago. We started off around 34, and that's about where we're still at. So I'll start watching this close, and if the bubbles get to where it's going to boil over, I'll just pull it off the heat. A lot of people put butter around the rim of the pot. I am not going to do that, mainly because I don't want to put anything in this that didn't come from here. You don't know what's in the butter in the stores, and I just want this to be 100% natural out of our trees. So I'll just fight it on and off the heat to keep the bubbles from boiling over. One thing I read is that when you can't stir the bubbles down anymore is when it's done. I'm relying on temperature and monitoring the bricks. And like I said earlier, I'll pay attention to what this looks like, and hopefully next year or so we'll be able to do it without any thermometers. We'll just come out here and say, oh yeah, I know what to do. All right, I keep talking about bricks, so let's talk about what bricks is. And bricks is 1 gram of sugar or sucrose in 100 grams of solution, and it's represented in a percent sugar. And I'm testing that by using this light refractometer, and you just put a few drops on the plate and cover it up, and then put this down and look through it, and you can see what the bricks is. I'm going to try and line this up with the camera so you can see what this looks like on the inside, and that's going to be a difficult task, but we're going to give it a shot. So I just take my dropper and I put a few drops on the glass. I usually do 3. And you put the cover plate down, and then you let it get to where there's no bubbles in it. It's pretty decent. We're about 42 right now. So I'm going to see if I can line this up with the camera and let you see what this looks like. All right, bear with me. This is going to be either really good or not good at all. Yeah, so that kind of gives you an idea. We're around 42, 43. It's hard to get this lined up with the camera and keep the light out of it so that it can be read. Again, the gold standard for maple syrup is 66.7, so we got a ways to go yet. And okay, so it's really hard to get this lined up with the camera lens and keep the light out of it so that it can be read. There's a pretty good look right there. All right, this is right at 67 bricks. I was really fighting it. I could not get to not boil over. I ran in the house for 5 seconds to grab something else I needed, and it came out and it was boiling over, and I had to keep fighting it. And I forgot about the spoon test. I wasn't really good at this last year. The spoon's supposed to hold or drop. I'm not sure that. I mean, does that count or not? I don't know. Anyway, it's 67 bricks. It went from 60 bricks to 67 bricks in a flash. I was really working fast to keep it. So the next thing I got to do is filter this. I'm going to use the coffee can again. And I've cleaned me. I took this bucket inside the house and cleaned it. Got it good and dry. This is the finished filter. And I did pre-soak it. And I thought it was going to hold itself in there, but now I don't know about that. So I'll just pour in real slow here, and then we'll get it all in there. I'm going to take out the pint that I want to save. I might actually do 2 pints out of this, and then we're going to go to sugar. All right, there is the first pint of maple syrup for 2022. Yeah. Chickens, roosters always interrupting me. So to recap how we did this, we had our trees tapped. I got 38 gallons. We put them back here in the barrel stove evaporator, the 24 by 24. I cooked it down for about 36 hours. I maintained 15 gallons in there. Seemed to be the right mix of surface area to depth to get a good evaporating going on. And then we finished it off on the outdoor stove. That took me about 2 hours. I got it to around 67% bricks, and this tastes delicious. This is just phenomenal. Nothing in this but tree sap, 100% natural, no additives, no preservatives. All it took was tree sap and a lot of time and patience. So I'm gonna wrap this up right here. I'm gonna take what's left out of this batch and try to go all the way to sugar with it. That'll be coming up soon in the video. So thanks a lot for watching, and make sure you're hitting that subscribe button to see all the great things that we do here at Hematitehomestead.